Mr. Bullfrog. Alright, we're gonna feed my fish. Just a little handful. Let's see how long it takes them to eat this. There we go. It takes them a while to get it. Alright. We have, through my front windows, and I don't want to scare, I got a frog out there. Some pretty flowers. Right there is my little buddy, Mr. Bullfrog. Isn't he cute? He come out from that bush right there. Just he boop, come out, walked across the rocks. Then you can see my fish in there. Right there's one. I've been trying to get him, and every time that I step out, boom, in the pond he goes. He's not looking all that fat. I mean, he looks okay, but there's food out there. There's worms. There's all kinds of stuff in that pond. I've scooped up worms, and these guys eat worms because we've kept them over the winter months, and I've actually fed them worms from like Myers. So, but he is a bullfrog from what I'm looking at. I can't get close enough to him, but I think he's a bullfrog, not a green frog. Look right there. Right there is a toad. The toad I let out. You know what the thing is? That frog would eat that toad, but toads, you can't eat toads. Here he goes. Yep. He's the king of the pond right now, and there is food out there. He's just, he likes sitting on the rocks, warming himself. It's really cool. And I don't know where he came from. They just frequent the pond. I could look out there and have 3, by the time summer gets here, I can have 3 frogs in that pond. And, you know, I do notice one thing. With a rainstorm, I either get more or I lose them. So when it's raining out and it's a nice warm rain and it's overnight, they move around. They move around a lot. So, but it's kind of cool. They use my pond as a stop and go, and I've had them stay here all summer long, and it's like, man, what are they eating? Well, you go out there and you can see there's ants. You start digging in the dirt and you move stuff around and you see a night crawler that's about 6 inches long on top of the mulch or underneath of it. So there's always something for them to eat out there, and they help keep my ecosystem in balance pretty good. So, and it's cool. And those fish, I feed those fish. The pellets are sitting out there. They won't eat it. And, I mean, they'll eat it. I've seen them eat it and spit it up. But the funniest thing is they're eating mosquitoes. They're out here all night long just dappling at the top of the water, you know. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a self-sufficient little thing there. But those fish are getting big. So I don't know how in the world they're eating to sustain their size, what's in there, but either one of the fish are going to die or they're going to learn to eat something else. I don't know. There he is. He's deciding, what am I going to do? Really windy out here, guys. Just showing you roughly how tall my tomatoes and everything is. We got a nice rain yesterday. Everything's looking good. My spinach is about history because it's starting to go to seed, which means it's bolted, so I'm going to end up cutting this out of here today. But I got like 4 good hits, 4 good harvests out of this, so I had quite a bit, a couple Ziploc bags full. So I just wanted to show you. And I'm going to cut my my grass, and I'm going to put down some more mulch around and fill in everything that's barren and go for it again. So that's where we're at. Alright guys, June 7th. We had a great rain 2 days ago, and I'm giving you an update. I'm on my 4th cutting of spinach. It's really going to seed now, which means it starts to bolt. See how it starts to get elongated, and you don't get these really nice wide leaves. My onions now are deciding that they are going to start putting on some bulbs. We are headed towards the longest day of the year, June 25th, I believe it is, right around my daughter Morgan's birthday. And then when the daylight starts to diminish, all this energy stored in the green of the onion starts to go into the bulb for winter production. You can see my peppers are doing good, my jalapeno peppers. Look at how much my tomatoes have grown since the last we've talked. Last time we've seen each other here. This one right here is kind of looking spindly for some reason. I think he might be a bad plant from the get-go. We'll find out. Everything else is looking strong. My green bells, all my tomatoes or potatoes. Now the one thing I do want to show you is I haven't weeded. I have not weeded my garden whatsoever. Done nothing since the last time we talked. Now you can see where there's some weeds starting to come through. I want to show you this. Root and all. And I'm not pulling hard. Not hard at all. See that? I'm talking easy. Really easy. And I don't have many. And I am going to put more grass down on this. More clippings. But that's what I'm talking about. Nothing to it. Very few and far in between. Some of these weeds I can grab 2, 3 at a time. Whenever that sunlight doesn't help that plant form, it really makes the root growth underneath a lot more difficult. That's why everything I have is in cages too. My plants like to fall over sometimes from heavy wind. But I do have weeds in there, but it could look a whole lot worse. And it's so easy to pull the weeds out. It just makes a big difference. See that? I got good soil. Whoop, out of there. And then when I go to put more grass clippings down on top, it just works wonderful for me. I can't understand why people take their grass clippings to the road if they have a garden. I don't understand it. And I have a neighbor that does it behind me. He picks up all his stuff and then he takes it to the road, and I'm like, dude, throw it around your garden. And he watches me. He watches me out here doing this. And I don't know why, but he just does it. But see, that's where I'm talking about. Actually, weeding can be a little bit enjoyable if you give it a chance to smother itself out here.